See, Christ.
Oh
We're
god.
back.
We're back live.
Yeah, it's.
Are we
Remember-
even though actually live because you didn't do the countdown like for reals?
For reals. Like, nobody watches us on a Monday anyway, so.
That's
Fuck
fair.
it.
I mean, everyone's so busy, and especially after we missed the last two. I don't know if that's going to translate
They're
into more
done
money.
streaming. Unsubscribed. Fuck these guys.
We just had crap that came up. I mean, fuck, nearly died of heat exhaustion, and you had a birthday, whatever. I thought streaming on your birthday would have been a good thing. You should have seen it. If you would have just said it's your birthday, the bits that would have rolled in because it's your birthday.
Well, the less people know about me, the better. So thanks for that.
It's your birth. It was your birthday on Friday. Happy belated birthday. I know I told you on your birthday, but Merry Birthmas.
I'm gonna trip around the sun.
That's right. One more trip around the sun. All that I know is when that thing goes out, we're all gonna die.
Again, the way I'm seriously, if like I knew we were fucked, I could see the comet or the fucking like the sun exploding or some shit. My preferred way to go out was I would have a fucking way lethal dose of heroin.
That would be pretty magical, to be honest. Yeah.
I've never done this shit in my life, never planning on it until
I
know we're fucked, and I'm like, all right, this is it. I'm gonna be comfortable
for like 2 full syringes of heroin here. And just,
I'm gonna be comfortable as fuck.
Yep. Just let her buck.
Yep.
Let it all go down.
Let her rip and fucking OD and call it good.
That's right. I'm all for it. I would have to agree. That's probably one of the better ways to go.
Because like you'd be watching this shit happen. Like you'd be like on what the hell is that movie? The 2012 or whatever, where it's like the guy's watching Yellowstone just fucking erupt. He's
explode.
Like,
yeah.
It's so beautiful.
yeah.
So you'd be like on here and you'd be like,
yeah.
oh man, it's just so fucking beautiful. Everything's great, man. It'd be awesome. So that's my planned method of suicide if that actually happens, which I doubt it will, because people have been saying that forever. It's like, well, I don't know, it doesn't happen that often, and in the grand scheme of things, humans are not that old as far as the planet's concerned.
No, we're like a blink of an eye as a species, yeah.
Right, like a half a blink.
Yeah, pretty much, and we've managed to F it up this much. No.
Oh yeah, well, I don't think we've fucked it up as much as.
No, I think
people give
blowing that out of proportion for sure.
Right, I think people give humans way too much credit.
For sure, yeah. I mean, yes, we have had an impact, but like, this has all happened before too, without humans existing.
Right, and it's like so. Check. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. It's we're overpopulated. If you live in a city, sure, you might think that. You ever gone outside of a city?
There's actually more than enough space on this planet for everyone.
Did I tell you that if you literally took everybody in the world currently, 7.3 or 4 billion, people, stood them shoulder to shoulder, they would be able to fit into an area the size of New York City and its boroughs.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, there's more than enough space for everyone to live.
Right.
On this planet. We have a long ways to go yet.
Now, do I want to be breathing in toxic shit? Shave Ginger Boy, then take it off?
Nobody hears Ginger.
I mean, thanks for the super chat, by all means.
Who's Ginger Boy?
Anyway, do I want to be breathing in toxic like fucking plastic and PVC and all that shit? Not really.
No, that's kind of bad.
Do I think we should stop fucking littering? It's like, plastic never degrades. Yes, it does. It fucking does. It just takes a long time and it sucks and it affects us, whatever. But do you think that humans at this point in existence, which is not that long, are really going to be able to take out the Earth in 20 years? My God.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, I feel you. I feel like it's being blown way out of it. There is definitely, like, honestly, people should be recycling and minding their garbage a lot better. That would help.
Or
I like
recycling certain things too.
Yeah, and I like clean water and I like clean air and I like the fact that we have trees and shit and I like all that stuff. But do I necessarily think we need to have like electric cars and all this other crap? No,
that require a
really.
shitload of strip mining for the lithium.
Yeah. Like, can we get some of the plastic out of the ocean? Fuck yeah, let's do it, but
Yep.
Are we really killing it all that much faster?
No.
So for sure.
I believe Cody has to miraculously go to the bathroom 5 minutes into the
immediately the weasel horse.
Yeah, the weasel horse. Yes,
the weasel horse. I'll hold down the fort. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
I can do that. You go take Cody.
Come on, weasel horse. Let's go outside.
Weasel horse. Texas isn't that big. I feel like we could definitely put more plastic in the ocean. Those are rookie numbers. We could pump that up. No, my hair is not red. It's just the fact that my lighting is weird. I'm actually very dark brown hair. So my lighting is just very yellow because I have bachelor pad track lights. So no, they're not. Mozzarella sticks are an entirely different kind of cheese. GP5 canisters? I probably wouldn't. So a lot of those older Russian ones you got to watch out for. So yeah, if you can get a troop spec, just don't get the 9124. That's the only model of Carcano you shouldn't buy is the 9124. All the other ones are pretty good. No, we sorted out the GMO argument. It turns out that we were both kind of right, whereas Mike was talking about one specific kind of GMO, and I was talking about it as a whole. So, no, I hope nobody's rioting in Kenosha tonight. Yes, nuclear power. I think we need that everywhere. It's technically green energy. It works entirely great if you have a great place to store the spent fuel rods, like under a mountain, until they degrade entirely. It doesn't affect the environment at all. It naturally degrades down into something totally inert. So that's kind of cool. And so I think, yeah, we definitely need to have more nuclear power, but people are afraid of it. So, well, because they sell garbage for overpriced. That's why people shit on classic firearms. They charge a ludicrous amount of money for they have some okay stuff, but a lot of times pretty beat up firearms. So, and yeah, well, the stock is just they're still working on it. So I don't know. I haven't got any pictures yet, but they're working on it. So, what do you mean I can't pronounce nuclear?
Nuclear.
Yeah.
It's not nuclear. It's nuclear.
Whatever. Now, is it aluminum or aluminium?
If you're a British cuck, aluminium. If you're American,
well, Canada says aluminum too, actually. So that's one of the things we're more American-like than the British.
Dude, I told you, Canada is like the United States plus
it's
Great
like
Britain.
The United States is little sister, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, nuclear power, I don't even have to go back. I know you guys are talking about that. Like, that is the greenest fucking energy you can think of.
Like, I was telling them, like, if we have a good place to store the spent fuel rods till the radiation dissipates and it
which we
do
literally
inert, which we actually do, it is the safest energy and most
but here's the thing is, like,
use.
Right. To be fair, though, like, uranium is still strip mined.
Yeah, but a lot of power plants don't use uranium anymore.
The what?
A lot of nuclear power plants don't use uranium anymore. They use polonium.
No, they don't.
All over the world, yeah. The grand scheme of things, most of them are polonium.
in the United States. I'm not talking about the rest of the world.
In the United States, yes, they're
also
uranium.
No, they're not using polonium. They're using uranium 235. They're using uranium 235. It's 235 or 238. The CANDU, the Canadian deuterium uranium. What they use as the mitigator, like the fucking water, basically, they use heavy water so they can use the unrefined, unenriched uranium. That's what you're thinking of. They don't use polonium. No. Yeah. So France and some of India and Canada use that. The rest of the world uses uranium that has to be enriched.
Right.
So it's not the majority of the world.
Now that you say that, yeah.
But everybody's using uranium. It doesn't matter. It's like the enriching process has to happen for the American system, which doesn't use heavy water, because heavy water and also with the CANDU system, the deuterium uranium it's a lot longer life of the reaction.
Yeah.
It's a lot longer because of the heavy water. But here's the thing is like Lake Calhoun, right? Minneapolis, you don't know what that is. So Lake Mille Lacs, right?
Yep.
Probably has about an ounce of heavy water in it.
Yeah, it's a very rare isotope of water, yeah.
Yeah, it's extremely rare, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's expensive as shit. But in the long run, it pays off. But here, because of the regulations and all that shit on nuclear power.
Yeah. Because people are afraid of it.
Right. It's just so fucking.
But I agree. It should definitely be more nuclear power. I'm all for it.
I think I'm trying to remember, like I can never fucking figure this out. I think uranium 238 is what's mined, and then they enrich it to uranium 235.
Yeah. I think the higher the number, the less impure it actually is.
Right. So I don't know. I forgot, but I'm speaking at about 25% capacity on knowledge of that subject. But I did study that shit.
I'm not a nuclear engineer by any means. Yeah.
Me either, for sure. But I do know that there are two different systems, but they both use uranium.
Yeah.
So
for sure, and we need more of them, more nuclear power plants.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get power cheap, and it's technically green energy. It literally falls under green energy. It's the most efficient green energy source on the planet. But people are like, oh, the sun doesn't cost anything. The wind doesn't cost anything. Well, here's the thing. The sun doesn't always shine. The wind doesn't always blow. And making solar panels and wind turbines cost a fuck ton. And they require a bunch of pollution to make that.
Well, and that's the thing is like with solar panels, I like solar power. Solar power is
great.
I agree. However, the amount of fossil fuels and pollution that it takes to make a solar panel,
make all those capacitors and everything, it takes a crap.
And so, like, is it going to be worth it, the payoff in the future? And people say, oh, yes, because they're paid by lobbyists that work for these companies that are making this. It's like, well, can we get an honest answer? Is it worth it? Is it?
Well, I also believe that, like right now, it's probably not all that great, which it isn't. Solar power isn't all that great right now.
Well, no, it wasn't that great back in the 70s. It's improved about
but it's going to get tons better still. You know what I mean?
But through how much?
I'm anxious to see it in the future.
Right. Sure. Yeah, through how much, fossil fuel usage, all that shit. Yeah. And so here's the thing is like if somebody, can come out with the equation that says that yes, solar power, even though we've spent all these resources already and you're going to spend these to manufacture them and all that shit, but it will pay off in the end. Here's why. Until that actually happens.
I would also like to know here's when. I want a date.
Yes, exactly. I don't know because it's very subjective and like so electric cars. I would love to have electric cars. I'd love to go there, spend 20 minutes at a gas station, right?
Yeah.
Grab some cheap shitty food, sunflower seeds, take a piss, take a shit, change, charge my vehicle and be able to drive 500 fucking miles.
Yeah.
However, is the impact as far as this environment shit is concerned going to be less or the same, less than or equal to the current like fossil fuel shit?
Yeah. Well, I have something even better for you. What do you think about, because my primary mode of transportation, I think that needs to be explored more, is hydrogen powered cars. They produce water.
Well, that's been a theory in a kind of like idea for a long time. That's nothing new.
We could do it though. We can do it.
Could
Why
we?
aren't we doing it? We can. They don't make any pollution. You can get all the same power and efficiency of a normal car we have nowadays. You just need to put in hydrogen pumps and literally just use hydrogen.
Right, but again, factor in this equation of what is the cost to produce a reactor that actually will take hydrogen and oxygen. You
can do it in a combustion engine.
No, you can't. You need a fuel to mix with the oxygen right now.
Hydrogen. You're mixing hydrogen with the oxygen. And you're creating a chemical reaction, burning the hydrogen, which produces water. The chemical reaction produces H2O. It literally makes only distilled water. You're burning hydrogen, and it produces water.
I get that, but that engine requires so much more engineering and so much more research.
It's a lot more fine than what we have with petroleum engines, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, it's out of this world.
But it's doable.
It's doable. It's just we don't. I don't know, because I would love to be able to just grab fucking hydrogen and oxygen ambient from the atmosphere, and then you have a tank that the water collects in. You water your fucking garden with it because you drove to Montana or
I'd
Illinois.
say you just have like a normal thing, but like rather than having an exhaust or something, just let it just drip right onto the road. It's not producing it's not like it's producing gushing amounts of water.
No. I know it's drip, or you can collect it. You know what I mean?
Like, exactly. Yeah, like or a tank, and like literally you're producing water. Like,
dude, I learned about this shit.
I think it's the most direct path we have right now should be hydrogen powered cars.
I would agree with you. I definitely, because I learned about that shit in like what 5th or 6th grade. So, oh my God, that was 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah. See, Kong's right. You can pump hydrogen into a combustion engine now, and it runs. We just need to make it more efficient.
But yes, exactly. And I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying what's the cost benefit analysis of the research and the manufacturing of these engines?
They've had them in Japan for 20 years.
Really? Why the fuck aren't they more widespread then? Because Japan also had Mitsubishi and we bought them right after. What?
Lobbying. Politics.
Well, okay, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The
but
petroleum,
like we could literally have been making hydrogen-powered cars 20 years ago.
Oh, you bring up a good point because, and it's the oil lobbies, which...
Yeah, they're ruining it because like they would lose so much money. Do you know how much it costs in Japan right now? You could fill up a car with hydrogen. They have hydrogen-powered cars in Japan. You could fill up a hydrogen-powered car in Japan, and you could drive north and south from Japan like 5 or 6 times before you needed to refill. And you know how much it would cost you to refill your tank in U.S. dollars?
Like 10, 20 bucks.
Hydrogen? Less than that. It's less than $1.
Yeah. Well, that's why they would be losing so much fucking money. Yeah. Well, maybe this needs to happen. Maybe there needs to be a change in who's in Congress, who's in the House and the Senate.
Yeah, we need to definitely use our voting powers to change the government for the better. For the better.
Yep. So, yeah, maybe...
I think before we should ever be thinking about these complicated electric cars, which break down much quicker over time, why don't we just make
hydrogen? And the strip mining of lithium, the manufacturing in China mostly of these batteries.
For sure.
You know?
Well, that's where a lot of the Teslas are actually made now. They have a huge
I know.
In China, yeah.
That's why I was like, I'm not going to comment on the Kenosha shit. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to.
It's like the riots everywhere else. It's just another thing going on, and it's going to blow over here in 2 days once everyone calms the fuck down.
And I don't want to comment on the on the kid that shot those guys. I don't want to do that. It's an active fucking investigation. I don't want to comment on that.
Yeah,
otherwise
we
I would have.
Also literally can't talk about current events on YouTube, or they'll pull the live stream.
Right.
Like literally, it's a thing in our agreement as creators that we can't do.
Right.
So.
Not going to happen. So, but yeah. The fuck was I talking about?
You're talking about lobbying and how we need to vote correctly.
Oh, lobbying, yeah. Maybe people should fucking run for Congress for sure.
I'm all for hydrogen-powered cars. That's what I think is the next breakthrough on the environment we need to do is hydrogen-powered cars.
They also need to be extremely safe, like the commenter says, PW.
Yeah. Hydrogen is explosive, just like gas is explosive.
Christ.
You know.
Well, hydrogen once it goes, it's a lot quicker. Well, it's about as quick as gas.
But like in Japan, they have this thing where the tank will drop, and because it's not actually gas hydrogen, a lot of times they're using liquid hydrogen, which is actually much more stable. It
was like gas.
Hydrogen doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't burn. It's the gas that burns. Yeah. So that would be the way of doing it. You could use liquid hydrogen, which is going to be cold as shit, but like you could just get a nice insulated fuel tank and it'll be fine. It's just going to be a Yeti cooler under your car, basically. So
right.
So,
I mean that would be fucking cool. Like,
but that's the thing that I've been talking about, like nuclear power and hydrogen powered cars. Those two things, like, do you know the world of difference we could do? You wouldn't have to really change cars. We can make a hydrogen combustion engine that will just fit into cars and run the gearbox and everything else like normal. It's totally doable. We don't need to really change any of the infrastructure we have other than the engine in the cars.
Right, have like a retrofit kit. That's the thing though, is like there's because all these engines, like all these different models are just so fucking different. Like you'd almost have to get all of these. Well, you couldn't do that because of money, but you'd have to get most of the car companies to like agree to have like a kind of standardized couple engines like that the engine companies are willing to produce and be like,
yep,
all right, you can design your same fucking vehicles with the same performance, but it's only going to be like these 3 engines that we're going to be producing.
Pretty much. But like even then, you know, like you could let all the car companies still make their engines. Like GM's going to keep making their engines. Ford's going to keep making their engines, you know.
Right.
But just have them be like, you have to have a hydrogen powered engine. It has to be this standard. I don't care what it is. Make your own engine that only works in your own cars.
Well, here's the thing: is what I would do in that situation is I would let capitalism work itself out, because
exactly. Okay, like all that I want to do is I want to give them a set of rules and been like, no more petroleum cars as of now, unless you're a collector, obviously.
No, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that. If I what?
I just, you know, do the thing. Like if I had to be like, you know, we can only use hydrogen powered cars now. Here's a set of guidelines. Build a car. As long as it fits in this, I don't care.
But here's the thing: is like if I were in office and all that shit, like, which is probably never going to happen. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? I wouldn't want to say no petroleum powered cars. I would say, I, as a person who represents the people, am going to express my support
on hydrogen powered cars.
Express my support for hydrogen power versus petroleum. And no, I'm not being lobbied. It's my personal belief.
Yeah.
And I would work it that way instead of making more regulations. You're free to drive a petroleum fucking powered car, but here's the thing: is when most people go over to hydrogen powered cars because they're more cost effective.
Yeah.
The petroleum industry is going to be like, well, we can't afford this. Gas stations are going to dry up. That is what capitalism does.
Just start selling hydrogen.
That's what I mean. Like that's what capitalism does. Like then, if you have a petroleum car, you're going to be like, well, shit.
I'm going to have to get a hydrogen car. Yeah.
But the government's not involved in that except for me saying my personal thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's no legislation. There doesn't need to be fucking legislation on that kind of shit. The government should love capitalism.
Yeah, they should.
If you want to pass a regulation, well, encourage the thing that you want to regulate, competition, to do better without receiving fucking bribes, without, getting $1,000 steak dinners and shit. So that's how it should work, but obviously I know it hasn't.
No,
we don't need to get into that.
Work like that because all these politicians are making money off petroleum and crap like that. So why would they want the competition?
Oh, exactly, and that's the problem. But anyway,
we need to vote them out. Get some like-minded new hipster people in there,
dude. I think
start liking hydrogen cars.
Yeah, I think within the next
huge gas station chain somewhere to start selling hydrogen at all their places, and
within the next 10 years, I think there's going to be a pretty drastic. I hope there's going to be a pretty drastic change in who's in Congress and how the country is run. Because
well, if we don't, there's literally going to be a civil war or a revolution if it keeps going the way it will. Maybe not soon, but eventually.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't actually agree with Tim Pool. He's like civil war, because he's like all born again. Like I like guns now.
Literally this November vote everyone in the government out right now.
Right, we could.
We could literally do that and replace them with people that are much better. It's not going to happen, but we literally have that ability right now to do that in just a few months.
But also a civil war, like dude. There's one side that it's worse than the Union and Confederates as far as
I mean, but look at even just look at the Union and Confederate. The single most casualties the U.S. has ever taken in any conflict, which is a shit ton of conflicts, is the Civil War still.
No, what I'm saying is the Union far outnumbered and outgunned the South.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is the South had better tactics and training and marksmanship. The one side that's doing a lot of the violence, the precursing violence, does not have tactics or organization or training or all that shit. So it's like, okay, the odds are stacked against this one side. So I don't think there's going to be a civil war. It'll be maybe like a week of a cleanse, I guess, but I don't even like that.
No, that's bad. Anything's bad. When we have right now the ability to peacefully go and exercise our rights to vote and change it.
Yep.
So it's all doable. But like, here's the thing: all the points we're talking about, there's a candidate out there somewhere that believes in that.
Well, the thing is, yeah, I just wish it wasn't so fucking partisan. Like, I don't think
incredibly partisan.
Well, I don't think political
like a cult. The two parties are like cults.
Well, I was just gonna say I don't think parties should exist.
No, you guys got it's. I've been saying forever. Like, if the U.S. had like the party system, kind of like British Parliament has, where they have just like a crap ton of parties, and they all have representation to a degree based on popularity.
Yeah.
Then you still always have devil's advocates, and there's a lot of parties in like the UK that have one thing. Like the Green Party really only cares about the environment. That's it. They could care less about who's running the country as long as they take care of the environment. And there's a lot of people that vote for them every year,
Yeah.
And they have like something called like the Howling Mad Lunatic Party, which is just like the people that want to stir the pot and not really vote for anyone. They're like independents, basically. And it's just a bunch of crazy old dudes that just like to be there, basically. And they get a lot of votes every year, too. The Howling Lunatic Party.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that's a much better thing than, because like right now everyone's been so brainwashed into the two-party system, and I hear about it all the time. People that are like, well, I really don't like Trump, all right, but I don't like the Democrats more, so I have to vote for Trump. So the Democrats
voting against somebody.
That's not how it works. That's not.
Honest to God, in 2012, I was pressured, and honest to God, this little fun story here. I was pressured. I didn't want to vote. I wasn't going to vote because I didn't like either candidate.
Yeah.
Okay. I was pressured to vote against one of the candidates by friends and stuff. And so I did, and I felt slimy and shitty, and I was like, I vowed that
like a scumbag about it, yeah.
I was like, that will not
what you believed in.
That will not fucking happen again.
Yeah.
And so every time I voted since, it's like I actually believe in who I'm voting for because I know their policies, their agenda, their beliefs. And I look back.
That's why both me and you are third party. But like the thing that I hate about people because I'm sure
we're not third party, we're independent.
Yeah,
we're independent. That's the thing.
Yeah. But the only thing keeping the libertarians from being a third party is the fact people think we're throwing our votes away by voting for them.
But Jesus Christ, did you see the fucking leader of the candidate, of the Libertarian Party, Jorgensen?
Yeah.
We must stand against racism. Well,
she can believe that all she wants personally.
But when you have the leader of this movement that's basically don't tread on me, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me what the fuck to do. I stand for liberty. When you have the leader of that movement telling you what you need to do and what you don't need to do, that defeats the whole fucking purpose of the Libertarian Party.
No. She has the right to free speech. She can believe whatever she wants to.
Okay, and so can I.
Whatever she wants to. It doesn't affect my opinion of her because if that's how she feels, she can feel that way.
Okay, but as the leader of a free movement.
She can say and do whatever she wants.
As the leader,
yes,
quote unquote, of a free movement, I don't want to vote for somebody that fucking is the leader of that movement, and she totally contradicts everything that she's fucking standing for, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So.
But she has a right to do that.
Never said she didn't.
Yeah. But I get where you're coming from. But, like, it's not going to affect my opinion of her. Not that it was all that super high to begin with, actually. But,
No, I'm not saying she doesn't have the right. I never once even alluded to that. I'm just saying,
yeah,
as a libertarian, okay.
She's definitely went against a lot of libertarian ideals by doing that. Dude, but she also exercised her libertarian ideals by doing that.
And being a dumbass and letting people know where she fucking stands, so don't vote for her.
Yeah, it scared a lot of people away for sure.
Didn't scare me. I was just like, really?
Yeah, it was kind of dumb for her.
The reason I don't like parties, here's the reason I don't like parties, is because they always, any organization for that matter, political party, NRA, fucking BLM, right? The organization itself, not the movement.
Yeah.
The reason I don't like all these fucking movements and parties is because at a certain point, usually very fucking early on, it no longer becomes about what you stand for. It becomes about how much money can you make.
Pretty much. People lose sight of what they're really there to do. And
very quickly. As soon as the money starts rolling in and they get their first dopamine hit of like, wow, I just got $100,000.
I can do whatever I want. People do whatever I say, and I make tons of money for it. What the hell?
Bam.
Yeah.
And that's the issue I have with right. That's the issue I have with political parties and these organizations.
Yep.
And it any organization, it doesn't matter what side. It could be right wing, quote unquote, left wing, quote unquote, libertarian, quote unquote. I just drooled there. Hopefully that didn't get caught on camera.
No, you're so actually at this point, anyways, that we can't even really see what you're doing. So.
Yeah, I recovered that drool though. Nothing on the shirt. Excellent. I felt like Joe Biden, but yeah. So any fucking party or organization, it's like you're going to be corrupt.
Yeah, there's
once that money starts flowing in,
some corruption. Yeah,
you're done.
Either way it is. Yeah,
and also once your purpose, like the NRA, okay. The NRA hasn't done shit at all.
No, they haven't.
Since the 30s. They were initially set up as a partial reaction for the Cruikshank decision.
Yep.
Which was made to disarm black people in the South so they couldn't defend themselves against the Ku Klux Klan.
For sure, back when,
Right, so the National Rifle Association was set up for that, just like a lot of labor unions at that point, which are also in the same category as they've been corrupt.
Yeah.
So the NRA initially
they have their goal though. Like I think I know where you're going with this. Their goal, if they accomplished it, would render them non-existent.
Exactly, and they would stop making money.
They're in it to make money. They're in it to do just enough to keep making money, but not enough to actually do anything.
Right.
So.
Because the NRA actually gave a flying fuck,
they wouldn't exist anymore. They would have fought hard enough to get everything repealed.
And they would actually do shit like, because here's
assassinate people that pass gun laws.
The baseline of why I don't support the NRA is because they're a lobbying group. Whether people want to admit that or not,
they're stupid.
Right, they're a lobbying group. Yeah. They go and have steaks and lobster and they fucking do cocaine and do hookers with all of these crooked ass politicians from either party, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And they go, well, okay. We want to sell more guns, so can you guys push some more gun legislation? All this is unfounded, of course, because I know they have lawyers that can fucking crucify me. This is unfounded. This is my opinion. But they go, oh, we want to make more money because we're getting paid by the gun manufacturers. So can you try and like threaten some gun legislation? Maybe. Good steak, good hooker, by the way. That was amazing.
Yep.
And it's like they're the same as the other scumbags from the oil companies.
Yeah.
The fucking the entertainment.
Paid by the gun companies to do this, and they're getting paid by the government But then they come to the people and they'd be like, when they propose these bills, and they go, well, we're going to lose this one if you don't send us a bunch of money. And they sucker people into sending them tons of money that way too.
Right. And it's so fucked up.
Yeah. And they're making money hand over fist. It's almost like the perfect business.
It's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is they're so worried about.
They don't provide anything actually. They haven't prevented a single gun bill ever.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, and yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it's garbage. The whole U.S. system is garbage. Bring back the Queen, put her on the money.
Well, she's so much better. You can't own a fucking rifle or a fucking.
Well, no, we still have all that cool American stuff, but the Queen's just gonna say what's what, and then she's gonna be on the money.
And then she's gonna die and stroke out and like.
No, she can't. She's immortal. She's a vampire.
Okay.
So she's already like $1 billion.
You should go to fucking rehab to get that Canuck fucking blood out of your system.
But I love the Queen, but unfortunately she's gonna go, and then I'm gonna hate the royal family for a while because fucking Charles is gonna take over.
Cool.
And I'm gonna be very anti-royal family until he dies, and then I might be okay depending on who takes over after that. Because if Harry's still alive, it will be Harry. But
it would be Harry for sure.
And I'd be okay with Harry.
Definitely will be.
So.
Now Harry's like the least cringy out of all of them.
Yeah.
But that's not saying a lot.
No, that's not saying a lot. They're all pretty cringy.
I mean, that's.
Yeah. As somebody who likes the royal family quite a lot, they are all kind of shady and cringy. So. But the Queen is like a national treasure for a lot of countries. So. Yeah, I do like tea for sure. I've been drinking a lot of tea lately because it's good for me. So.
That's the fucking Brits want you to think.
Yeah, well, the tea I'm actually drinking Chinese, but sure.
That's where they get their shit from, China and India.
No, they get it from India, but sure. And Mike froze.
Oh, they definitely get it like, oh, for fuck's sake.
You froze. We missed what you were saying, yeah.
I said China and India. Yeah, China and India, you can go look at fucking trade records for that.
Yep. Well, for sure. The British literally fought 2 wars over selling opium for tea.
They're also selling sage. They were trading 1-for-1 sage for tea in the Netherlands. So
I'm all for it. Bring it back. Opium War 3.0. Let's do it.
Well, my fucking internet's becoming really absolutely fucking dog shit.
What's going on?
So
just whatever.
I don't know. It's just fucking porno power hour or whatever. I have no other options. So
well, I mean, this is when a lot of people are coming home, and but it's probably a pretty hard strain on the system right now.
Yeah, my whopping fucking whatever. Anyway, won't bitch about that. We're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll call it an early night. A little stream, just letting you know we're all back. Yeah. Last week was just Last week, Devin had a rough day on Wednesday, which is understandable.
Well, Tuesday and Wednesday, standing in the back of that truck in that heat and that humidity, was
bad. Yeah. That was rough. Yeah. And I just don't want to come on Friday. I just wanted to kind of have a relaxing day. I was out with friends and family, so.
Yeah. How was your crepes?
Good. I still have some in the fridge. I'm gonna have them for breakfast.
Oh, fantastic! I was a little jealous when you said that. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. Pretty fucking good. So.
They are pretty good.
All right. Well. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't already, check out Devin K's channel. He's a Canadian.
I'm a Canadian.
Well, you're actually an American, but
I'm an American man. That's right.
Yeah.
Still have a lot of.
And also, if you're watching this, may have a bunch of this stuff coming in soon.
There you go. MTP's good stuff. In case you can't tell because this camera's so blurry, that's MTP. Yeah. Don't worry, I got you, Mike. I'll sort out.
No, it's all right.
No, is that hat MTP or is that multicam?
No, it's MTP.
Okay.
Yep.
For sure.
So, yep.
All
right, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned to. If you haven't already, go to Mike'sMilitary.com. Sign up for the fucking newsletter. That's where you'll know about the new shit I get, and then go to WK's channel. Subscribe. Most of you already are, probably.
Yeah, a lot. I see a lot of very familiar familiar names.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you probably on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, we should be here Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks much. Later.